Good morning everyone, I'm Anushka Shaw, IIHM first year, and today we'll be showing you the presentation by top 10 countries in YCO, which will be going on at the David Foskett Auditorium today. Have a look.
Are you comfortable using this microphone or do you want to focus?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, respected judges and mentors and all my dear brothers and sisters. Today I am going to talk about the Royal Institute for Tourism and Hospitality and Sustainability about Bhutan. And later I will talk about how our carbon negative, how is our country is about carbon negative. Now outline what is sustainability to us, how we promote sustainability, and how we solve environmental issues in our institute. Read in sustainability. Firstly, we have to know about what is sustainability to us, to our institute. Sustainability to us is something that they're utilizing the resources in present so wisely that in future we don't get any hampered, so our upcoming generation will not suffer. And the second one is sustainability is our responsibility. Whatever we have to have our own responsibility. Sustainability is not about solving the problems or something that we save for our future. Sustainability is our everyday responsibility, and it is the everybody's responsibility that we believe. How we promote sustainability? Number one is resilient building structure. Number one, resilient building structure enhances the indoor environment quality, whereby we don't have to get the fresh air from AC or something else. We get fresh air from outside the sun. Number two is energy efficiency. In the daytime, we don't have to use the lights. That is how we save the energy. Number three is rainwater harvest. So we don't have to do anything else. We can save the water consumption of water. This is our institute hotel, whereby all windows are transparent glass, whereby we save the energy. This is our cafeteria. This is our banquet hall. And this is our solar we use for the energy. And this is our water harvest, how we use and how we consume the water. And we have also this kind of motors to use because rainwater harvest we use for the gardening also. And we have a gender equality, whereby we enroll 50 people, whereby 25 will be the girls and 25 will be the boys. Preservation of culture and tradition. We have a pillar of gross national happiness more than gross domestic product. What we have is that preservation of culture, so that future won't be harmed, because everybody should know the preservation of culture and tradition. Number 4 is Google Classroom, whereby we go everything digitalized, whereby we don't have to use the paper. Timely use of laundry. Once twice in a month we collect all the liniens from the hostels, and we gather all the liniens so that we use sufficient energy and water consumption. And we have a compost out of waste, whereby we make a lot of compost and we use as for the organic farming. Community Day. This is the day whereby we serve our community. Number one is that donate the blood and make a difference. Is that we donate our blood to all the faculties and all the students. They donate blood to the hospitals. And we go to another community to have the get to the parks, and we make a footpath for others. And though it look destructive, but if we kill one sapling of plant, we have a policy, a realistic policy, that we have to replace with 10 sapling of trees. And this is we help to the poor people to construct the house. That is the traditional way of serving. Well, we can talk about way. Traditional way of serving is something like that. We serve in banana leaves or something else. We have a canned bangchung, known as a bangchung, whereby we, as far as possible, we are trying to be sustainable. And soon our institute is going to produce bamboo glass. How we solve environmental issues. Environmental issues is the problem that must be solved by ourselves, so that in future it will get support for the habitat and other species. Number first, we have a weekly SCPW, whereby we have to remain hygienic every time. So even though it's raining or something else, we don't care about that. If we are realistic, we have to be realistic. So we clean every week, once in a week, our hostel. Stream adoption. There is a stream behind our institute where we adopted that stream because it was so dirty and polluted. That's why we adopted the stream. Social Forestry Day. It is the day that we celebrate. For us, what is the day is that we celebrate this day solely whole day for planting the trees. We do nothing. We'll just cancel the class. We'll just do the Social Forestry Day. We'll engage with the environmentalist. And this is how we plant the trees. And that is the zero waste hour. At first, we had 10 bags of waste. We found zero waste hour is the time, and every week we have to get the things. And we at last we had only 1 bag of waste. And semester-wise river cleaning. We every time semester-wisely we go to the river just to clean. This is the waste segregation. We have general plastic and paper and glass. We just segregate the waste. And the plastic bottles, soon we are going to coming up with the plastic bottles greenhouse. Bhutan is not only a carbon neutral, but it's a carbon negative country. That's why we are abided by the rules of gross national happiness, and we are being the realistic. We are taking the realistic action for our country and to the all over the world. That's why our country is going for the carbon negative only, not as a carbon neutral. So this is how we promote sustainability, then this is how we solve the problem of environment. Thank you so much, Kadesh.
So you finished exactly on time.
Exactly on time. Exactly on time. Good. Good.
The next beautiful lady from Bulgaria, Borislava Petriova Todorova.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
mission that we need to solve because it's a global problem. And we are young and we are responsible for this because our future depends on this. And our school is taking care of to be more sustainable. And I'm going to show you some examples how we practice to be more sustainable. What we are doing, how we solve some of the problems, because I'm sure all of the countries have issues with this. And as a young chef, our industry is taking a lot of place on this, that we are wasting a lot of food and a lot of plastic, because nowadays everything is with the plastic bags, bottles, and we need to solve this because we need to live longer than this. One of the things that we are making, we save energy. We're saving energy like with automatic slides, so you don't need to be on all the time. When you pass through, it's turning on. So we save energy, like we're not keeping on all the time. Also, our academy is built like with a lot of windows, so we're using the lights from out, and we are taking care that we don't use a lot of lights. The next one is that we don't waste food. We have a campaign the previous month that it says like don't waste, taste, and we use our garbage. We use our for example, when you peel the carrots, you use for stock. We're making stock. We're making everything that we can produce from our waste. Let's say we trying to do it. And the other thing that we do is to make sure to make sure we deliver from the local, so we don't need local, and we don't use we use local ingredients, so we don't pay extra to go to deliver from far away. So we can make sure the air is clean. The problem with the plastic is really huge. As I say, a lot of waste of the plastic. We drink from plastic bottles, water. We nowadays in the shops they package separately the ingredients with the plastic. So we try to not use it at all, and we switch from vacuum bags to washable, and it saves a lot of plastic. For the trees, we say no paper napkins, so we can save a lot of trees, so we can breathe. For that, we are going for cloth napkins, so you wash it and you use it again, which is really sustainable, I think so. The water is the other resource which we need to save. It's we have a problems in Bulgaria, which is now really popular. One of the cities don't have a water. They have sign that they only have the water, and it's really really high problem that we need to solve. Not only in Bulgaria, it's all the country. I'm sure they have problems not only with the water and with the other, with the trees, with the air, and we need to take care of this. And we love also to laugh because it's sustainable. People live longer when they are happy. Yeah, I'm happy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll go forward to the next contestant now. From France, Victor Nicolas Sanchir. Did I pronounce that correctly? I deserve a dark chocolate for that. It's a PDF file. Yeah? And another phone. Are you okay with the... Yeah. So I'll give you a cue. Start.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Victor from France, at the Catering School. And today we talk about the sustainability programs and action in my establishment. The planet is bad shape, which is why we must take action and avoid pollution future. Like a selective sorting, which is very important as well, has to use the renewable energy we using stove or other cooking system. Watch you for waste. Water recovery system will future promote sustainable development. We are young, we are the future. That is why we must transmit what we are told. Culture waste is the shared to be able to move toward a better world. For the past 5 years, Abedema and the team of teachers For the past year, Abedema and the team of teachers from several topics have been moving on towards sustainability. Even before the spreading of the 17th sustainability goals, Abedema has been highlighting their pedagogy into the more sustainability consciousness and their students on the every curriculum. In 2015, teachers and students have created activity involving staff, student, teacher to enhance the good practice in cooking and servicing. They are building partnership with exhibition center, professional and famous chefs inside and outside school. They are designing an event to the Cité of Science in Paris to teach a trained public into sustainable cooking shows, participate in workshop during the Food of Tomorrow exhibition. The providing system has evolved through the year to work more closely with local producers and seasonal food into the school as a restaurant. Me and my classmates decided to interact on the public market in the school area, collecting laughter from providers, cook them and serve them on the spot to be able to show that everybody can be a chef, cooking with consciousness and prevent from food wastage. To expand their action, Albertman's team decided to enlarge the move and build up partnership in 2017 with a catering school in Sweden, in Turkey and IIHM school in India. The project was based on four main topics: zero waste, seasonality of project, short circuit supply, and impact of your nutrition on physical and physiological well-being. This project consisted an action. This project consisted in action and all school participating in trip actions to share the crisscross knowledge extracted. This project has been financed by Erasmus Plus program from the European Union for the past 2 years, and ended last August 2019 Many activity has been led, such a partnership with vocational school and oyster farming and fishermen, production and eco-village, and learn ancient tradition, understanding and stake of sustainability in your everyday life. Conferences have been also led for one leg person from the concern at the UNESCO headquarters in Paris. A pedagogical garden has been created on the school rooftop to students to better understand seasonality of project. Also, for the past 2 years, 5 students, including me, have been leading the project to connect with the sustainability goal and decided to collect money through action to organize a pedagogical trip in Madagascar and help kids and young poverty situation. They are set up a 10-day trip in order to cook and serve food in school, sensitize them in hygiene, contributes clothes and school equipment to those is needed. All these actions based on motivation and each individually made such a change in people involved with behaviors. As a matter of fact, impact have been beyond expectation. We started action targeting food and to being with and the step by step, and consensus and creativity and through the year who have a humble humanity and has been raised. A human being, we can always see the 17 goals and the huge mountain to be climbed up, but if each one if you doing is best to act and interact on his own scale for other. There is no doubt that we can all reach the goal together. As a teacher, it seemed a priority to teach this approach for tomorrow professional, regardless of where you come from, because everybody deserves to live their dream. To know how to share is a big coup. Knowing how to reduce losses is a good coup. Knowing how to fight against malnutrition in the world is a bigger coup. My grandmother said when there is bread, there is enough to feed so many people. I learned to give life to bread. The future leader give up on the fight and the fight for the survival of your planet and your better world. Thank you very much.
Very good. Very
So
good.
Victor finished in exactly 8 minutes as well. Our next participant is from Italy, Giorgia Seccato. Correct. I'll set up your microphone for you. Do you want to use the microphone? You can just, I hope it's not a YouTube video, it's a video. Yeah. Okay. And here.
Good morning, everyone. We arrived from Mafioli Institute. Mafioli Hospitality School is in the north of Italy, not far away from Venice. And we are very lucky because in this area, the people and the local government are very sensible about food, environment and a healthy lifestyle. For this reason, we are doing a lot of activity to improve the union from people and Mother Earth. With our presentation, we propose a virtual about the Institute for sharing our mission. our daily activities, we disclose our philosophy about to have northern practice with low environment impact. We have many projects and activity. For example, weekly food scraps used for helping poor people having a lot meal, thanks to the collaboration with no-profit organization. The water recycle system, and our terminal classes are create sustainable menu using poor and food scraps with a new technology for enhance the food taste. For us, one of the professional skills for a modern chef is work with sustainable philosophy. And for us, the new goals are no poverty, zero hunger, affordable and clean energy, and climate action. In Mafioli Institute, we have many activities that help teacher and student to share sustainable idea. Botanic garden, we have growing 50 different types to herb, and student can use it in many recipes. We have apple trees using to create apple-based products like juice, cake and jam, and we have honey production in the here to tasting, pasteurizations, and cheese pairing. The used oil is used to produce biodiesel. In Veneto region, a lot of city bus using this fuel to energy source. We are very lucky because our institute was built in a green area. And around the establishment there are many fields. Behind we have the mountains, and in these people lives in natural context. To respect the environment, we pay attention to the recycle of waste. We using kilometer zero products, that means is to work with products of short food chain. And when it is possible, we buy raw products with a recycled packaging for reduce the plastic environment impact. And we use only environment-friendly detergent for dishwasher. Water is life, and for this reason, we want to pay attention when we use the water in normal activity. Usually, in our kitchen, we try to reduce the water dispensation with automatic sink. In front of our school there is a natural river, and with it we can irrigate our lands, for example our botanic garden or apple trees. Every day the teacher and adults in our institute work for these items. Quality education for educating to the saving like a general concept. The gender equality in our countries was not normal that a woman work in a kitchen, but now it is possible. The reduce inequalities, the food connect people and countries. Peace and Strong Institute, in our school we have a project with prison. By food we provide education, and we work with Contarina, that is a company of recycling and no-profit organization. Better people for a better world. This is our slogan, and we are very proud about our school because with it the people can improve personal and professional skills. We got to keep up with the times. Our goal is to have a project to train the citizen of tomorrow. Our school, our education community. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgia. Our next contestant is from Malaysia, Chen Kai Lung from Taylor's University.
Jen, are you comfortable using the microphone?
mentors, chefs, and friends. I'm from Malaysia, Taylor's University. I'm Chen Kailung. You can call me Alan. Today I'm going to present the sustainability environment issue that our school, Taylor's University, carry. So first, we have so-called TSM, the Taylor Sustainability Movement, which we have a Taylor's education group. We highlighting the amount of breadth and contribution leadership efforts across the Taylor's group by providing opportunity for the student, mainly because the students are the future, as well as the enterprise partners, non-government organization, academic fellowship, individual, in order to fulfill the sustainable living solution. So here are the initiatives that we are taking. First is the efficient energy management. For example, we replace all the lighting to the power saving light bulbs like the T5 fluorescent light emitting diode LED in all the corridors, classroom, toilets, and office classroom, all that. And also we're reducing the electricity consumption through turning off light. We have a lot of signboards across the campus, in the classroom, in the light, in the toilet, to always reminding the student how we're gonna turn off the light every single time. So next, water conservation. We promote the water conservation by landscaping the water, like harvesting the rainwater for the gardening activities, reducing potable water usage, and so on. And besides, we also have the water efficient fitting, optimize the water usage through device and fitting, and also metering, like we monitoring all the water leakage to reduce the chances of the water leakage so that we can save the water and to minimize the water wastage. Next, green building facilities. Our campus focus on the building, like we build our building outward rather than outward. We will ensure the greater use of density. We use sustainable toilets with very low water flows rate and passive renewable solar energy to power up this air conditioning. Engagement of more campus students to co-lead and support the green building and energy retrofit projects. Of course, we have the Toque campus zone, herb garden. For example, we have a greenhouse outside of our school owns restaurant. The greenhouse, we grow a lot like herbs, rosemary, mint, just to promote the greenhouse awareness. Next, we have the green transference. For the example, we encourage the student to take our provided shuttle bus. We give them a very low price just to encourage them that they are aware of the carpooling. And for the carpooling, we encourage the students them to they go to school together in one car just to reduce the usage of the carbon in the car, the fuels. Lastly, the active transport. We have a fully furnished walkway, the pedestrian pathway, sidewalk, covered walkway to ensure the students are safe by walking to the school, by cycle to the school. Next, the food system sustainability. We utilize our school, like we saving all the food waste, like for the gardening, like I said before, the greenhouse. So we actually using all the food compost, and for the gardening, we ferment all the food posts to clean our kitchen and all that. Next is the land, habitat, and watershed. So outreach is critical in Taylor's University. So we build a lot of connection by outreach the student to the community. Like we do a lot of charity drive to boost the awareness of the student, how they're gonna do promoting the sustainable activities, school project as well. So they are like more aware to the sustainability. The academic curriculum. We have a research grant for environmental sustainability focused up to 2 million within our campus. And we soon introducing variable of university core modules to addressing various challenges under UN Sustainable Development Goals. And we have community service as part of the lesson plan as well. Lastly, green purchasing. So we are encouraging the students to have awareness of the green purchasing. Like within our campus, we have a commercial building which the student can have their buying, the eating there. So, for example, when the students are bringing their own utensils like straw, spoon, packaging, they can get like a lot of discount. Yeah, all that. So it's actually a boost and the encouragement for the student to promote the sustainable activities. That's all for me. Thank you.
Next contestant, all the way from New Zealand, Dominic Giovanni Nolo. The best thing about sustainability is probably the fact that you don't have to be a celebrity or someone rich or important in order to work towards these goals. You can be you and be a champion.
Welcome judges, welcome all the contestants. We're here to talk about sustainability at WellTech and what we do at WellTech. There's a lot of different things that we strive to do to help with the sustainability initiative that seems to be a worldwide issue at the moment, not just in New Zealand. Do you want to bring this one? So the definition of sustainability for us is the quality of being able to continue over a period of time. So it's just about being able to not taint the resources that we are using to create the food and to create the environment that we provide for our students and for the people who are able to attend our student restaurant. So the idea that goods and services should be produced in ways that do not use the resources that cannot be replaced and do not damage the environment. So the way that we do that at WellTech is we have the food wastage that we have left over from the classrooms themselves. They get put back into the community gardens that we have throughout Wellington, and the council actually does use our food wastage for providing compost for all the gardens to grow the flowers and everything that people come to see in Wellington. The students eat their dishes or they take them home. This is something that we really do push at WellTech, is that the food that you're cooking, none of it is going in the bin. Any food that does go, was going to go to waste does get passed on to other students. So we're lucky to have multiple different sort of cooking courses going at the same time. So it's not just about sharing the food within your own classroom, but if there's baking students there, or even from the levels above, we like to mix and match and taste all each other's food. And it's just about not wasting that food and just eating it because it's there, but being able to learn from each other and tasting all these different types of food as well. So another thing that we do is they go to the food bank. So any food that doesn't get eaten by the students goes to our technicians area, and our technicians are really great because it gives our students an opportunity to pass the food on to somebody who is going to do something with it. It's not, they don't necessarily have to seek it out themselves, which is always sometimes an issue. Having the resources and the people available to approach and hand these things off to just makes it a lot easier for the students to continue on with the sustainability goals that we strive for in WellTech. The kibosh, this is the vegetable offcuts where they go to the food kitchens and the soup kitchens that we have. They're often made for stocks and different foods in our student kitchen themselves. Even things like if we break down a chicken or a fish for one class, those bones are kept to make stock in another class, and then the stock that is left over can be used to make risotto or something else in a different class. So we're always trying to keep that flow of food continuously going throughout the same classroom, and it's really awesome to see maybe the fish that you fill it on one day, the bones are then used for the stock that another day, and we even get to identify, which fish we cut and which areas of the fish that seem to give off more flavour, and that's really awesome because we can see that when we go home, if we were to fillet a fish ourselves, not all of that just goes straight in the bin. When you get a chicken, you don't just cut out the best parts and leave the breast and the legs and chuck them in the bin. But the carcass is valuable as well, and we really try to use that in the classroom first, and then in our student kitchens if we have the opportunity available to us. So this is our WellTech Recycling Centre. This is on campus. So at the end of every class, we do get one student to go down and they go through and they sort through the recycling and through the food that is left over. So being able to have a hands-on approach where the students are the ones going in and actually sifting through the rubbish and not rubbish, the recycling, and being able to almost just teach them that this isn't something that's hard to do. It is really quite simple to go through and take these things and put them in a place where they are going to be useful somewhere else. So the used oil goes to create biofuel in Wellington itself, and the food waste, we fill these bins and they go off to Kai, which is the organisation which we've partnered with at WellTech to provide compost for the gardens and the different areas where the council might need these resources. And again, it's just being able to keep that flow of what we're not using goes back into our own community. Something else that we do at WellTech is we try to strive to speak with our other sister schools as well, and not just push the food sustainability, but in every aspect of our relationship with the community. So what we have here is these are old banners that we were using to promote the school and to promote our activities, and the design students from our sister school, Whitereia, they create these and make them into bean bags, and these are left in the libraries for us to study with. And it's really quite awesome to see the creations that the design students make go back into the own school, and just keeping that cycle of everything that's useful we get to use again. It's not going off to some recycling centre that we never see again. So I'm quite lucky to be part of the recycling team that looks after all the recycling in the student hub. Now, being part of the team isn't just about being the person sifting through the recycling or emptying the compost into the bins. It's about being the face of recycling and being the face of sustainability in our school, and it just means it's another face that the students can approach, and it just makes it a lot more approachable for the students to come and do these things on their own. They don't have to be seeking out a teacher or seeking out one of the tutors to do these sort of things. They've got a peer which they can speak to quite easily as well in the classroom itself. So we also make shopping bags out of the banners as well. We were hoping to bring one today, but unfortunately we didn't bring that through. But these are things that we use daily through WellTech, and it's just about keeping that we see the waste and we see where it goes, but we don't necessarily see where the recycling goes either. But then when they come back through, the fact that we get to see all that stuff, that's awesome. So this is the Taste and No Waste dinner. It's a dinner that WellTech runs for Wellington on a plate. It's where we use old ingredients, unloved ingredients from the classrooms, and we get to make dinners with guest chefs in the Wellington region itself. And these are just a whole bunch of other things that we do as well. So we teach sustainability theory. We get to take students to the local Green Expo that's in Wellington, and that's always really an awesome experience. No plastic straws or single-use plastic bags. Everything's down to cardboard, or we're encouraged to bring in our own containers. We turn access cream into butter. I mean, we really could just write a 10-minute presentation on the different things that we do at WellTech, but the biggest thing is when we get back to WellTech, we get to do a presentation on all the things that we learned while we were here, and it's just about keeping that knowledge going. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next contestant is from Sri Lanka. Navin Shranga.
Thank you very much. Hi, good morning, judges, students, and everybody. I'm Navin Singh from Sri Lanka. This is our university logo. We are in like 20 kilometers from Colombo. It's like a green area. In campus, we are recycling everything. And I'm also from like 10 kilometers from my college. It's like a village area. We are giving so much private, and because of we are going to talk about greenery, we need to know about sustainability. And in this presentation, we are mostly going to talk about what went wrong and how we can fix it. Let's see. This is mostly the waste we are producing. We are producing electronic waste, food waste, paper waste, plastic, glass, metal. And as we are in a technological era, there is so much of electronic waste. We use phones. We actually use this for like 2 years, then it goes to waste. This is not decomposing, and it's like we are polluting the whole earth. And also, as chefs, we use so many foods, and so many foods goes into the dustbin, but we can use them for make compost and put them in trees and let them grow. And also paper. In kitchens, we are getting so much ingredients covered with paper, and also we are using vouchers, menus, posters, books, and papers equal to trees. When we are using papers, the trees are cut all over the world. And also the plastics in construction, and we use water bottles in here. In like YCO, we use like a lot of water bottles, a lot of plastic, and also they are not diverting, they are not decomposing. So it's a big waste too. And also glass. Glass is a huge production, and also the waste getting higher every day, and the recycling getting lower. That's the main problem. And also metal. Metal are like not decomposing at all. And we are having so much construction, and we are having so much cars, and after we are using that, we are going to like sitting somewhere, and so, and also when cities become like zombie cities, those will go into the waste too. This is elephants from Sri Lanka. That's like a national king, and it's the most prestigious animal in Sri Lanka, and we can see those animals eating garbage. Actually, that's a very sad thing to see. When we are making garbage, this is where it goes. Usually it goes to a landfill, and when it's in a landfill, we get like diseases. And when talking about diseases, now we are having like the coronavirus going on like that. If disease come from a waste, it will be a much more challenge for us. And also pests like cockroaches, flies, and mosquitoes. They will be the king when we use like these garbages over here, and they will spread so many diseases like this. And same way we are putting garbage out, and they are come back to us like diseases and pests. That's a really bad thing. And also the air pollution. Air pollution is happening in so much industries. Waste goes back for the air pollution, vehicle toxic emission, factories burning plastic, and will make our earth so polluted. It will increase the earth temperature and will increase the sea level also. And the water pollution, chemicals releasing into the main rivers by companies. And also they are dumping garbage into rivers, washing cars near rivers. Pesticides used in paddy fields are released into rivers. As an institute, we are trying to do our part. We talked about what is happening. Now let's talk about what our university is going to do our part. We are giving knowledge. We are having seminars in schools for young students to teach them how to live sustainably. We are doing this in hospitality industry, and we are playing our part in all this. And also we are teaching them alternative fuels and how we can use biodegradable good fuels without petrol and everything, electronic cars like that. And also we are documenting every waste out going out of our campus in homes, and every day we are trying to reduce the waste output going out of our college. And also we are guiding them into having less of unwanted and more of the care. This is a quick demo of what's happening in our school. We are practicing waste segregation as in every kitchen, and we are protecting our water sources. We are recycling it and using it in our, like we have like a herb garden with every herb, and we are using it for the watering. And we are planting trees and living green. And we have care, and it's not just because we have to, because we want to. And we see the devastating effects of pollution on this planet, and the air pollution and the global temperature going up. That's like the effects we are getting on this planet. And also we see it happening in our own country. Before you saw that elephant eating garbage, and we see it happening in right now in front of our own yard, and we want to stop it. So what we do is we start by looking at suppliers, and supply of street goods that use less to little no plastic in their wrappings. We are using mostly paper wrappings, and we look at purchasing biodegradable plastic in the form of sheets and garbage bags, and also the cling wraps we use in the kitchen, try to use it less. And we are into decomposing food waste into return of the nutrients back to the environment. We are making like compost and using it for trees. And we are into purchasing detergents that are eco-friendly. And we are looking into the future. We have honestly say that we are not there yet. As you all can see, we are not there yet. And we haven't reached the peak of the capabilities of environmental sustainability. And the UN is trying to make it in 2030. And we are taking on this challenge and moving towards our goal. As we talk, we can work these challenges and move towards our goal and make Earth a better place. And also we are looking to work with the authorities to assist us in achieving our goals. We are trying to get authorities in Sri Lanka to help us and to achieve our goals with all the other countries as well. And as you can see here, some images of our institute. It's very green, and this is our faculty, and this is another picture too. And try to make your institute green as well. Thank you.
Right on time. Next contestant is from Switzerland. Michael Lepko, welcome. I have to set your PowerPoint presentation for you.
Yes.
Good. In front of your eyes. Fantastic. Sure. And maybe you want to keep this
Yeah.
if in case it needs that.
Good morning, lovely people.
Thank you for your attention and being here, part of this amazing event. Today I'll be presenting the topic of sustainability on behalf of Team Switzerland. Our topic of today, for a better today and tomorrow. I hope you all enjoyed this presentation as we did making it. As Mahatma Gandhi said, the future is determined by what we do today. So the topic of sustainability is a global concept. It can be easily explained with a three-pillar model of sustainable development, beginning on with climate and environment. Here we talk about climate protection, protection of resources, and biodiversity. Moving on to economic development. Here we talk about business, industry, starting from the research and development of products, their distribution, and the consumption awareness. People should be aware of how these products are made and how much time it takes to bring them to the shelf of the supermarket. We come from nature and we go back to the earth. We use and we produce energy from our earth. Therefore, using our creative minds, we're able to hinder the further destruction of the nature. Let's look at the evolution of sustainability. What history shows us is that sustainability has been formed as a term in the end of the 20th century. Then people started to publicize, to put news into magazines, into newspapers. Then we realized that we need to educate people what sustainability is, and then it became a mega trend. Moving into the culture, both social and corporate. Speaking about corporate culture, people realize that staff needs the right tools in order to approach this sustainable view. So, since we talk about corporate culture, I would like to share with you some of the characteristics of the sustainable kitchens around the world. That would be that all of them control their food waste. They're focused on zero carbon footprint on the environment. They're trying to grow their own produce to create a cycle with using reusable energy. And they're also trying to create connections with local producers, as well as building it into the company culture. At BHMS, that's our institute, under the motto of Get Them Young, sustainability is part of our curriculum in terms of, for example, all the students are encouraged to download an app called Too Good To Go. This is an app that allows people from people in a position who are not that who don't have enough resources to buy products, such as students. They're able to purchase items at a lower price, such as 50%. These items are still good to eat. They're in their valid date, but they're not so the supermarkets are not sure if they would be able to sell them. That's why they offer this chance to the people. In our first year classes, as I remember, we we were able to realize that when we purchase, for example, 10 kilos of carrots, and after production we have a certain waste. So if we pay for 10 kilos of carrots, 10 francs, we still have a waste. And after the class, we were shown that what we buy is not all that we get. And all of this food waste is turned into organic gas or composted via VRS system. We also try to purchase exotic fruits and vegetables sensitively. We try to limit that as low as possible. In relation to what I just said, we have a Pauli book, which gives us the ratio of the waste of a certain product to what we can use out of it. And this makes our recipes extremely accurate. And all of these things that I just mentioned are mentioned in Dr. Bo's book, The Art of Hospitality. There are some benefits for these kitchens, such as new operation plans, availability of available seasonality of local markets. The staff becomes more professional and educated. Both employees and guests value that. Since we're talking about sustainability, it's almost impossible not to mention UN and the 17 sustainable goals that they have just accepted to be done by 2030. There are 17 goals and 169 targets. As you may see, they vary from one to another, but since we're at such an amazing culinary forum, I would like to focus more on goal number 2, zero hunger. End hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. Let's see some facts. To be honest, very disturbing facts. 1/3 of all food produced is wasted. 1/4 of the wasted food could end undernourishing worldwide. And 25 of the fresh water supply is used to grow food that is never eaten. I think we really need to understand how big this issue is. And we as chefs, we're on a mission. We need to work as a team. We need to control our food waste. We need to support the local markets. We shouldn't choose only the best products. We should develop a sustainable approach, and we should spread the knowledge. Spread the knowledge widely. The industry recipe for success is no longer location, 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 but education, education, education. If we are to win the battle for a sustainable future, we have to play with fair rules for nature that apply to everyone. That was Team Switzerland. Thank you very much. Let's save the world together. Thank you.
Last participant, all the way from the US, is Samuel Corcoran Farley.
Good morning, everybody. I want to thank everybody, starting off, for their hospitality from the buddies, all the YCO coordinators, from the judges. Everybody's been very hospitable and made us feel at home, and I'm very happy to be here. So I also want to start by saying I live in the United States of America, and it is a place of privilege and poverty, wealth and waste, haughty cuisine, and horrible hunger. It's a melting pot of contradictions, an embarrassment of riches, and a sea of unsustainability. We're among the world leaders of many things good and a lot of things bad, including sustainability measures. So today I want to address the question, how then must we as chefs, people who feed other people, respond to these contradictions that are found to one degree or another throughout the industrialized nations of the world. And I want to start with the UN 17 Sustainable Goals and focus on the first 4 today, because I firmly believe that if you don't focus on a few at a time, it's going to be hard to address all of them at once. So I'm going to focus today on goals 1 through 4, no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, and quality education, of course. Goal number 1 is no poverty. Many restaurants and food service organizations around the world have tackled this goal in 3 impactful ways. First, organizations like Seattle's Fair Start is an organization providing food service training and placement programs for homeless and disadvantaged people in their communities. It's worked very, very well in the United States and spread to many countries. It has a 90% chance of its students getting jobs within 90 days of their graduation. And that's even better than my university and most universities worldwide right now. And then also, I like to say, even in a wealthy nation like America, recent surveys have found that more than 50% of New York City chefs do not have paid time or sick days. And only 31% of the 1,253 restaurants that participated in a nationwide survey provide employees with health insurance. So this is not only poverty worldwide, it's poverty within our industry that needs to be addressed so we can provide for the rest of the community. Goal 2 is zero hunger, of course, and it's a great place to address it here today. Switzerland mentioned that this is a great forum to get everybody to talk to about it. According to the Borgen Project, approximately 842 million people, or 12% of the world's population, suffer from hunger worldwide. 98% of those who suffer from hunger are in developing countries. And in 2014, almost 6 years ago, over 190 million people were undernourished right here in India. Approximately 9 million people die of world hunger each year, more than the death toll of malaria, AIDS, and tuberculosis, all issues that are more highly addressed than just sustainable eating. I think a great way to address this zero hunger is to join Restaurants Against Hunger that enables diners at restaurants such as Union League Cafe and Zuma to donate a portion of the restaurant checks to International Actions Against Hunger, a 40-year-old humanitarian and development organization treating and preventing hunger in nearly 50 countries. I also realized when I got here that when we were leaving the airport, they use this hashtag on many advertisements to the airport of Restaurants X Hunger. And so it's even reached here in India of being able to communicate with restaurants, homeless shelters, all of that, and take a small amount of your check and donate it straight to homeless shelters, organizations that have signed up. It's a great hashtag. You can go on Instagram or anything and look at it. Good health and well-being is goal number 3, and an excellent goal. It is our direct job and should be our passion as chefs to deliver nutrients and food for survival. It isn't just about a plate presentation. It isn't just about what we do in an amount of time in the kitchen. It's about how somebody can survive and flourish off of what they eat and feel better. We do this by cooking well, using time-honored and more modern techniques, by incorporating more vegetables in our creations, by using better meat, sourcing more food locally and within season, and doing it all in a pleasing, attractive, and delicious way. And of course, the reason we're all here is quality education. We've all been more than blessed to receive quality education, but it's not like that in most of the world today. We have a larger platform than ever before. I never thought I'd be standing here in front of a group of people being able to say how I feel about sustainability. Chefs have a fantastic platform. Good chefs are being listened to and even admired, and that gives them the job to educate the public on food. Not just their ability, but the job. We have to talk about where food comes from, what it is, and how it is prepared. A chef on a platform creates a more sustainable connection from eaters to food. In my community, there are chefs showing a lot of sustainability just in my city. North, a restaurant I was lucky to eat at right before I left, is located in the Dean Hotel in Providence, Rhode Island, and gives nearly 2% of its profits to the Rhode Island Food Bank, which is a group that feeds impoverished Rhode Islanders year-round. Chef James Mark, pictured right there, he's a great guy. I've had the honor of meeting him a couple of times. I called him for a direct quote for this, and he said he wanted no attention on what he was doing. He just wanted me to deliver the message that other chefs need to show where their profits are going and share it directly with the eaters. Because he said a lot of eaters don't believe that the profits are being used for the proper thing. They think it's going right into the chef's pocket. He wants everybody to know where it's going and if it's being used right. Thank you. At my school, Johnson Wales University, a winner of many sustainable awards, we have a focus in daily life on sustainability. We provide record low food waste %. We provide a local pig farms with all of our food scraps, and even find a use for weather conditions on campus, such as wind. These windows and the building right there, they heat the building, bringing in heat from the sun. And in 2020, our school will be offering a bachelor's in science for sustainable food systems. I'm not going to play this video. I was told the Wi-Fi is a little slow and stuff. But it's a video of a sustainability fair in my school where everybody can come and learn everything they need to know. And then what I would like to do before I go is give a pledge. I, Samuel Farley, hereby pledge to become a strong advocate towards the ending of world hunger, to be respectful of food, people, environment, culture, waste, and our resources available. And then I just signed it, and you can all be a witness to that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentations. Thank you to all the contestants, to all the mentors who have helped in the entire process. And it is wonderful actually to see how much you're doing individually in your own colleges, in your own institutions, working towards sustainability. And actually, if you pick up a newspaper, I was coming here in the morning, and as I was walking into the DFA, the David Foskett Auditorium, I picked up this newspaper, and everything that you see in the newspaper, every single page, every news piece pertains to Sustainable Development Goals, which have not been achieved probably, some have been achieved, some we need to work towards. Every single thing, it is so all-encompassing. It embraces us and in every single way, in every single aspect of our lives, and therefore we need to embrace them back. And once again, it is so wonderful to see all of you being so consciously attached to these actions. Thank you so much. I want all of you to give a big round of applause for all of us. I will now invite Professor Foskett to please come up here and say a few words. There are medals that we will give away to each contestant as a token of appreciation.
Well, thank you for a wonderful morning on sustainability. I've learned a tremendous amount this morning. I'm sure Dr. David Graham has and Mike has, and what wonderful things that you're doing. It's very enlightening, and I'm very satisfied that the world for the future is in a safe place with all you young people. So thank you for that. I'd like to say also that the winner will be announced in the closing ceremony, and we have our sponsors here who have kindly donated the prize of a year's placement in the USA. Yeah. If USA win, where do they go?
We'll find a good destination.
We'll find a good destination. Okay, thank you. So if you announce, we'll hand the medals over. Okay. So you're all winners. Okay.
Mohammed Miraj Mia. from Bangladesh. Sonam Dendu Subba from Bhutan. Congratulations. Borislava Petrova Todorova from Bulgaria. And from France, Victor Nicolas Zhang She-Fu-La-Myo. Victor is the tallest contestant. He deserves another medal. From Italy, Giorgia Ciccato. Chen Kai Lu from Malaysia. Dominic Giovanni Willow from New Zealand. Navin Shiranga, one photo op. Dominic, you want to come back for a photo op?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Navin Shiranga from Sri Lanka. Navin has a longer name, but I didn't risk pronouncing those difficult words. Mihail Netkov-Velkov from Switzerland. Last but not the least, Samuel Coltrane Farley from the United States of America.
Yeah, that's easy. Is it? Oh, that's easy. Oh, this good. You got that right. That's right. Yeah.
The photo op. Did any contestant miss out on the photo op? You can come back once again. Sonam from Bhutan. You missed out on the photo op. So you could probably come back for the photograph once again. Yeah.
Yeah, let's have
everybody. We'll get everybody. Yeah. Sonam missed his solo opportunity. So.
Okay. Well done.
Yes, of course. We'll have a group photograph, a commemorative photograph. So I request all of you, the contestants as well as the mentors, to please come up here. Maybe the mentors could, or the contestants could stand on the stage, and the mentors.
Wonderful photo with all the mentors. Professor Foskett, you stay in the center.
Stay there, stay there.
Hold. Hold. And yeah, sorry. So after the commemorative photograph, we still have the MOU signing pending for all of you, for which we will go downstairs for this, for signing the memorandums of understanding. So your attentions to be focused towards the cameras now. I request the camera men, the camera people to please say ready.
1, 2, 3.
Cheese.
Camembert.
Swiss cheese. Ghee. Lassi.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Press 0 on the elevator. Take the elevator, press 0 on the elevator. Alternatively, if you would like to